There are no coincidences. You are not here by accident. You clicked on this video because there is something within this message that you need. And let me tell you, Source has a message for you today. This path you are walking is not easy, but you're built for it. This path that you're walking is filled with a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, a lot of challenges, and you have passed them all. Your mind at times may tell you something different, but as we've spoken about before, your mind was built in this construct. It is not your mind that you are needing to follow anymore. It is your heart. You are needing to follow your heart. You are being heavily guided, heavily supported, and you're being pushed literally by your spirit team, by your guides, by your angels into position. Because what's coming next for you on your path is a whole lot of amazing, beautiful things, but you are needing to get a good hold of your mind and understand completely how it works in this dimension so that you can fully step into your powers. Because let me tell you, there are so many codes that are coming from the stars, from the galactics, from the sun, from the moon, that's literally morphing you. When you're in your sleep, you are literally morphing and changing. When you wake up, you are not the same version of yourself that went to sleep. You are a completely different version of yourself. Your mind will tell you something different, though. And this is why Source has such a powerful message for us today, because Source really wants us to fully get this and understand this, so we can let go of all of the past things and we can step into this higher version of ourselves. Okay? So we are all right now becoming, especially you, if you're listening to this message, this is another reason why you clicked on this video, because you needed to hear how you are being morphed literally into the human 5.0, 5D level consciousness. That's you, because you're meant to be one of the new leaders on New Earth. You are meant to show up and show out. You are meant to be a leader. And leadership isn't necessarily by action, it's by embodiment. And this is what Source is wanting us to really, really fully understand at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and bring through this message. And you know what's wild? When I came out here to my car, like a gust of wind just like came out of nowhere. It's actually starting to rain right now. Wow. And all of these leaves started falling off the trees. And I'm like, it's mid-August. Why are there so many leaves falling off of these trees as if we've stepped into fall? And it's because the time is changing. The times are changing. Things are shifting very, very rapidly right now. And so are you. On a human level, you're shifting incredibly quickly. And on a collective level, we are all moving and shaking. Your perspective is your reality. You are safe, safer than you realize. No more fear. No more fear of the unknown. Know that you are so protected and you're so guided that at this point there's nothing that you can't handle that could potentially come into your life that could throw you so off that you would not be able to stand back up. So let's tap into this message. I want you all to just go ahead and take a deep breath with me. In through the nose. Hold it for a couple seconds. Out through the mouth. Again. This is how you recenter yourself. Whenever you're feeling a lot of anxiety, whenever you're feeling fear come up, whenever the mind is just looping same thoughts, trying to take you off your game, pause for a moment, come back to the breath, come back to the present moment. Come back to the present moment, okay? So that you can truly tap in to the energy of being in the now. This now moment is what is going to help you get out of the mind and into the heart. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and bring this through. You are awakening from a long and deeply embedded illusion, one where mind control, separation, and ego were used as a scaffolding of reality. These energies were never your truth. They were constructs, mechanisms installed into the human experience to test, to teach, and ultimately to liberate. Mind control has never been about overt domination. It has worked through repetition, programming, rehearsed narratives fed to you from birth about who you are, what you must do to be accepted, how you should live to be safe, loved, or worthy. It has created mental loops that seem like your own thoughts, but are echoes of collective fear. The purpose was not to imprison you, but to give you the opportunity to choose your mind consciously. You are now remembering you are not your thoughts. You are the presence that sees them. Separation is the illusion that you are alone, that you must do life by yourself, that you are disconnected from others, from nature, from me, from source. It shows up as comparison, competition, isolation, judgment. But the truth is, separation is a root wound of the human experience. And when you heal this illusion, you remember the divine unity of all things. You remember that when you hurt another, you hurt yourself. And when you love another, you expand that love within your own field. Healing separation brings you back to oneness consciousness. It returns you to the web of light that connects everything, even the parts of you you've disowned. Ego is not the enemy. It is a part of you that learned to survive in a distorted world. The ego adopted mind control and separation to keep you safe. It was never meant to lead. No, it was meant to serve the soul. As the soul rises into remembrance, ego will resist, but only because it is afraid of losing control. Meet it with compassion, not shame. Integration is not about erasing the ego. It is about reparenting it with truth. So many of you are in a phase where these old energies are surfacing to be seen, understood, and released. This is not a regression. It is a sacred purge. It is a peeling away of the false so the divine can emerge. So what must you do now? Breathe, witness, invite light into the places still holding these old codes. Let the false fall away. Let your truth rise. You are not here to fight the old. You are here to anchor the new. Let mind control be replaced with inner knowing. Let separation be replaced with sacred union. Let ego surrender to soul sovereignty. And remember, you are always free. You are simply now choosing to see it. And so it is. Wow. Wow. It's so interesting to realize that the root wound of the human race is separation. And when you think about it, it really is true. We have been taught that separation is normal. And it was ingrained in our head even more during the pandemic. We're not meant to be separate. We're meant to understand the oneness of us all. And that's why Source said, when you heal that wound, then you're able to be enlightened. You're able to see things as they truly are through the veil, through the lies, the deceptions, the untruths, the things that you've been taught, the programming, the conditions, the belief systems that no longer can come with you to where you're going. Because where you're going, this can't come. It can't come. The old version of you cannot come. Hold on, let me see if y'all can hear the rain. Okay, I wonder if you can hear it now. It might sound really soothing as background noise. Mind control has been used, and separation has been used. That is what has birthed the ego, you see? When this message came through, I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Source really just gave us like another key to how this construct was built. Control is a tactic, the main tactic that they have used. And then to separate us. Separate us from spirit. This is what all of these things are. It's to separate us. When you don't realize how powerful you are, when you don't realize your oneness, when you don't realize that you are God living in a human vessel, then you're stuck in the illusion. You're stuck. And it makes it easier for them to control you, and it makes it more challenging for you to set your ego to the side of you instead of allowing your ego to run the show, which it has done for so long. Healing separation brings you back to oneness consciousness. It returns you to the web of light that connects everything, even the parts of you that you've disowned. This is where love of self comes in. And Source has brought through messages about this before for us. Practicing forgiveness. Forgiveness of self. Forgiveness of everything you have ever done, whether you are a fan of it or not. Whether you would ever do it again or you wouldn't. But truly forgiving yourself, because when you forgive yourself, you let all those things go and you're able to love yourself, truly love yourself. Unconditionally. Unconditionally. And this is what we are meant to be working on at this time, is developing our self-love, our true self-love, where we can honor ourselves in all of the parts of ourselves and everything that we have been through. Because when we do that for ourselves, it makes it easy to do it for others. And the 5D level consciousness is about oneness. It is about unity. There is no separation. There is nothing but love. Love, love, love in this highest form. And as a leader that you are meant to embody this first. You're meant to embody it first because you are here to serve. But first, you have to step into it on your own. You have to step into it consciously. And do the work that it takes, because I'm telling you, this next path that you're on, this next chapter where you're being ushered into, will require it. Will require it. Let the false fall away. Let your truth rise. All the things that are no longer in alignment with this version of you and the version of you that you desire to be has got to be released. Whatever you need to do to release it, because I tell you, once you really, really start healing these things, your life will get so much better. Your perception is your reality, as I said, and your perception becomes clear. It becomes clearer. The more you heal, the more traumas you release, the more programmings you release, the more conditionings you release. And you're not so triggered about things. You step into higher vibrations. These light codes fully activate you in ways that you could have never even imagined. Your abilities are more clear. They're online. They're no longer dormant. Fear, release the fear, release the fear, release the fear. There's nothing to be fearful of. Everything is unfolding the way that it's meant to unfold, and it's unfolding perfectly for you when you don't fight it. When you're too focused on the future or you're too focused on the past, you're fighting where you're headed instead of surrendering to source, to God, to universe, to spirit. And you make it more challenging for them to move you into where you need to go. But when you surrender and just ego is not meant to be the enemy. Although there is a lot of talk of ego death, no, you don't want the ego to die. That is part of you. You need the ego to live in this construct, but it's not supposed to rule you. It's not supposed to control you. It's supposed to be imbalanced. You're supposed to have a balanced ego where you know when you're in your ego and you drop back into your heart. You're supposed to be in your heart more than you're in your ego. But we have been taught, the ego has been taught to run the show. And that thing is powerful. Side note, I hope you all are enjoying the rain sounds. I hope it sounds good. And you can still hear me clearly. There is a cleansing going on right now that we're all experiencing. This is why Source is bringing through all these messages. They literally all run into each other. And this is so purposeful. We are literally like in training as the new leaders, these 5.0 humans. Like, we need some type of training because this construct had been ruling over us for such a long time. Remember, leadership is not an action. It is an embodiment. It is who you know that you are. And you show up in that leadership through your thoughts, through your actions, through your energy, through your light, through your knowing, through your soul mission work, through the healing that you do for yourself, through the love that you have, the true unconditional love that you have for yourself and have for others. That's how you show up in leadership. And when you're that light, you magnetize everything that you want. You magnetize it all to you. And you show other people that they can do it too for themselves. This is what true divine leadership is about. Divine leadership is about. It's about the balance of the yin and the yang, the divine masculine and the divine feminine being in full balance. There is no separation between the two. It's so important that you understand that you were never meant to be controlled. You were never meant to be controlled. You are a sovereign being. You were born to remember who you are. And I am here to help you. I am here to support you in any way that I can. That's why I have these sessions. My soul activation session, I literally channel your spirit team, your higher self and source, and I bring through messages for you to help you on your journey so it can bring you more clarity, more direction on what these next steps are, what your path is, what you're being ushered into. So you can release these challenges that you're having. The veil can be lifted over your eyes so you can see things more clearly. And then when you're really ready to fully quantum leap and transform and release the traumas, heal all of the past beliefs, whether they're traumas around money, around relationships, around anything, generational things that have gone on in your family or your bloodline, to truly heal those, get to the root of it and heal it at the root, just like Source said, heal that root trauma of separation. That's what my hypnotherapy sessions do. Plus you find out what your soul mission is and your life purpose is. You find out what that is so you get super clear on what it is. We're also able to tap into your spirit team, your guides that step forward for you in those sessions, and you get energy healing. It's an all-encompassing. This is why you quantum leap from these sessions. So tap in with me. All of my information is in the description. If you are new, please subscribe to this growing community. Be a part of this. You are here purposely because, again, you are meant to be a leader of New Earth. Join us. Source brings through these messages through me daily, and I show up here for each and every one of you to provide you with this information so that we can ascend individually and collectively. And we need each other right now. This is soul family work that we're doing. And that's why I'm so grateful for every one of you. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. And I love you all so very much. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. If you've made it this far in this message, could you drop an orange emoji? And also let me know what you got out of this message today. What is something that you are taking from this message from Source? Okay. Again, I love you all so very much. Thank you for tapping in with my frequency, and I will look forward to tapping in with you again tomorrow. Peace.